Prince Charles, or rather King Charles, sometimes it's hard to sort of stop saying Prince Charles, isn't it? And remember to say King Charles. And for me, anyway, I think I'm one of the many people for whom this idea of King Charles and this man being king instead of prince, the fact that this guy is the monarch, you know, the king now, kind of doesn't ring true. It just doesn't sound right, does it? It's just not. People aren't feeling it, are they? Well, at least half the population are not feeling it anyway. The King Charles thing, King Charles phenomenon. Prince Charles, yes, that kind of worked, and we kind of felt that, didn't we? But as king, I don't think for a lot of people it's even sunk in yet, has it? But definitely, I think what has sunk in is that somebody as atrociously sociopathic or psychopathic as Keir Starmer is now the Prime Minister. That has sunk in, very painfully so. But the King Charles thing, no, people aren't feeling it, are they? Well, half the population aren't anyway. I never mentioned him before. Never discussed him or mentioned him at all, I don't think, on this channel. But I thought just a brief video, I don't know whether this is useful or not, and it was just an idea I had about the time when I, well, not met him, but came very close to him and saw him very close to me in the same room, nearly met him. I thought it'd be interesting to talk about, very briefly, my experience. I'm not a fan of King Charles. I'm not totally opposed to him. There are times when I do feel a liking and some fondness for him, but I'm not really a fan. I suppose I'm lukewarm, a little bit on the fence about him. Well, I mean, he is seen by many to be a globalist, isn't he? And many people now are very disappointed that he won't appear to step in or intervene in what's going on at the moment with the Prime Minister and this so-called government that we've got now. This so-called new government. I just call them the mafia myself. In my view, they're absolutely, well, I think most of the country now think they're either very bad or atrocious. But yeah, King Charles, it doesn't seem to be that he will be intervening or trying to help out at all. That's what many believe anyway, but who knows? We're in surreal times. But yeah, back to my experience of King Charles, or well, Prince Charles he was then. And when I briefly met him, I thought maybe I should just relate this experience to you very briefly. I was working, waitering actually, at the D-Day, big D-Day event in Portsmouth in 2019. And I think it was June or July. Yeah, June, that's right. Of course it was June. And I was waitering there, and huge event. And I was working for an agency doing waitering, and I walked past and saw so many well-known politicians from this country and from abroad as well, including Trump. I saw Trump from a distance. Well, I saw the top of his head. He was surrounded by people and security, and he was in the same tent as me. And I didn't see him fully, but I saw and recognized the top of his head, which is not hard to do, is it? When he was coming in and surrounded by a crowd of people. I saw quite a few British politicians, walked past them. Yeah, June 2019 in Portsmouth at the D-Day events. A few leaders and politicians from abroad as well. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't bump into Macron, so-called President of France, President Macron, because I probably wouldn't have been able to control myself. Being a huge Francophile and seeing what he's done to people and done to France, and well, almost as bad as Starmer, in my opinion. If I'd have seen Macron, I probably would have. I don't know. I don't know whether I would have got arrested, but I certainly wouldn't have been able to resist. I don't think, going up and confronting him. But yeah, back to Prince Charles, King Charles. This is going to be a shorter video, I promise. Um, I've got mixed feelings about him. I'm lukewarm about him. He's widely regarded, or was widely regarded, as an eccentric, wasn't he, when he was Prince Charles? And people sort of laughed about him a lot, and he had this sort of eccentric charm. But now, of course, he is king. So in 2019, he was still Prince Charles, and towards the end of the day, I was just cleaning up and packing up. All the tables were empty and everyone had gone, and but there were a few elderly veterans in wheelchairs and with walking aids over the other side of the tent, and I saw King Charles, Prince Charles as he was then, arrive, and I'm going to say give positive comments and positive feedback where it's due. Always got to be balanced. I did get a very, very warm, very impressive impression of Prince Charles at that time, as he came in and met and shook hands with and connected with the elderly war veterans in wheelchairs and with walking sticks. The way he bent over to speak to them and greet them and connect with them, I got a very, very warm impression of him. I didn't meet him. I didn't go over myself. I could have done, but I didn't. And just watching from the other side of the room, a very warm impression. I know a lot of people have met Prince Charles or seen him, so nothing too exceptional about this video. But yeah, there he was, and I did get a very, very warm, very caring impression of him, and the way he connected with those elderly veterans, most of which were disabled, shaking hands with them, talking to them, engaging with them. It came across as very sincere, very warm, very caring, and real genuine connection. And I was really impressed. So that's sort of my experience of the one time I met Prince Charles, as he was then, now King Charles. Not so impressed now, and not sure quite what to make of him. Okay, maybe he's still got some time maybe to prove himself. I don't know how you feel. I think half the country don't relate to him or don't approve of him, or are not even registering really that he now is the monarch, and after his mother, who most people feel is irreplaceable, has left us. I don't know how you feel about King Charles, or have you met him either as King Charles or Prince Charles? That's the only time I have, and that was in Portsmouth at D-Day in 2019, and I got a very good vibe, very good energy from him. I was very impressed, and he really did genuinely connect very warmly and very well with those very elderly veterans. So today we're talking Prince Charles, or King Charles. I don't know how you will refer to him, but yeah, that's the subject today, and I'll leave it there for now. Thank you. I just thought I'd relate that to you.